What up, boo?
Hi.
Hey, baby.
I can't hear you.
You can't
Oh,
hear me?
maybe that's because of my computer. Wait a minute. Say something now.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hey, baby.
Hi. Should I close my blinds?
Nah, I think you're good. I think you're good. Boy, you look beautiful.
Really, bro?
You do, yeah. Like you're like tempting me right now to jump through the screen and do some things.
Hi, baby.
Hey, baby.
Oh, I
Um,
want to get hug you. I want to hug you.
mm, I miss you,
Maybe we
boo.
should get back here later on tonight and have sex.
Maybe we should do what?
Get back on here and have sex on Zoom tonight.
I don't know in these internet streets, boo. I don't know what the deal is, Joe. Like, I don't know if it's that secure. But boo, what's funny is that I was actually gonna wear the same shirt.
You were? I
Yeah,
put
we be
on
connected
for
like
my
that.
video. For my video I did. My husband is dope.
Yeah, I was gonna wear my wife dope shirt. Yeah, that's fire. I miss you, boo.
Yeah. Okay, so we're not starting yet, right? Like I'm gonna tell you what I want to talk about, and then we can start, and you'll
Yeah, what you
edit it
want to
from
talk
there.
about? Yeah.
I'm mad. I ordered Chick-fil-A. I ordered no ketchup, no sauces, especially dry shit. Anyway, like I was psyched I had Chick-fil-A in a minute. I'm like, I got some dry ass Chick-fil-A right now. No hot sauce, no nothing. Everything is dry. So I wanted us to just talk about what is free flowing conversation, right? Because people feel like they're looking at your personal conversation. This will be kind of like our podcast a little bit. But I want us to talk about the importance, like basically make people connect the dots between connection and this challenge that we have, and to the fundamentals, the tangibles in their relationship that they're most concerned about. They're concerned about they're not being able to see eye to eye, and their conflict and their communication is jacked, and they're not having sex right. And that when they hear building connection, something I said to you earlier, like they'd be like, okay, but like I ain't even thinking about connecting right now because we need to get on the same page. But that literally is a pathway. I'm not thinking about connection because we're not even having sex. But well, that's the pathway. We arguing all the time, or that's the pathway. He cheated, and connection is the pathway. So like for us to like really own our message around connection and help people to get a clue. If you don't understand what we're talking about, you need to come, because I do have nervousness about people missing, like not really understanding what that like communication is uber compelling. Sex and intimacy is compelling. Infidelity, those are the three areas, right? The connection. The people are like, you know what I mean? So I think we need to do everything we can to drive it home, like what we're really talking about.
I mean, when I think about connection, I think about.
Are we doing a video right now, boo?
Yeah, we can be. Yeah.
So how are we gonna start? I mean, we gotta start a certain way.
We already started. I'm just gonna roll from here.
At what point are you gonna start? Is it gonna start? That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying it's already started.
I know from the very beginning.
Yeah.
When I'm on jump talking about let's have sex tonight on Zoom.
Yeah. That's connection. That's connection, boo. I mean, that's the epitome of connection. And it's funny, you frozen right now with that face.
You said what?
I said you was frozen like this, with your face looking like that when I said that. But nah, I mean, that's the epitome of connection, though, boo. So let's start right there. Like, I mean, we trying to teach people and tell people what it looks like and what it feels like and what the experience is, and so you exemplified that and trying to phone bone me, Zoom bone me later on tonight. So I'm down for that. Like I'm down.
You the editor, so you do what you do.
I ain't editing nothing. So, but nah, I think that what you're saying is real. But at the same time too, like when I think connection, I think about the fact that to me, I think intimacy. I think leaning in, having conversations, being transparent, being vulnerable. Really opening up and just speaking to the heart of your partner but also opening up your heart so that you can have a real conversation with yourself. And so for me, connection is really about, it's that intangible ingredient, which, I mean, you can't have it without communication, because communication, I mean, it permits connection to be present. And so, up and down the challenge, we're going to be talking about communication, but ultimately, the intention of communication, the point of communication is to connect. And so, the point of the intimacy and the sex is to connect. But as you mentioned a moment ago, like, you can't have that without the connection, without that spark, without that intangible, that invisible essence that drives the desire too. Like, some people ain't got that desire. But I think that, during this challenge, we're going to help to reignite that flame, that fire, and recharge that spark, because that's what's missing in a lot of relationships. Like, they want that juice. And, we got the juice, and we want to help them get the juice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I do have a quick question. Mm-hmm. I actually really want to know what your thoughts are about this. Like, why do you think so many people stay in their heads and try to like get all the answers to everything and figure out all the issues and the problems in their relationships? Like the way I used to do it, like try to have a flip chart to help you to understand some things. Mm-hmm. So and break some down for you. Yeah. But like, why do you think that people do that instead of understanding that connection really is the key? That it's not just philosophical. It literally is real, and you have to actually work on it, and you have to cultivate it, and that everything else that we want, as you already said, comes from that, like the communication and being better able to resolve those places where there's a lot of tension. It comes from connection, being able to kind of get on the same wavelength sexually. Connection, right? Like people, I don't know, like I feel like people, it goes over people's heads, and my prayer is that this challenge is going to help people to be able to dig deeper to understand what that looks like for them in their relationship. But I don't know why people kind of skip over that so much, when so much of at least what we see on the movies and stuff like that and TV is like, love is beautiful and butterflies and fairy tales, and we know it ain't that, right? But essentially what we're saying and what we want people to pay attention to this coming week is the missing ingredient 99.99% of the time for the folks that we work with, and in all of the folks that we have worked with through all of the many years we've been doing this, is connection. That they don't know how to turn up the connection, like pull back on that fire and get connected. Like pull back. When I say fire, I'm talking about like coming with that extra like attitude and get some connection. Pull back on that shutdown mode, get some connection. Like you need to learn how to turn off the ice so you can get connected, because it actually gets you closer to where you want to be in your relationship. And I think that people will even hear me right now watching this, and they'll be like, some people just got like that. Some people can just do that, but I can't do that because we need to resolve this. Like, why do you think people do that? And they miss the power of connection.
My grandmother used to say when I was younger, don't get too big for your britches. And, I think that we as grown folks, we've gotten too big for our britches, in the sense that, like, we live in our heads and not in our hearts. And so one thing that I know, just from connecting in with our children and doing the work that we do, that especially when you look at children, we have a 5-year-old for those who are watching, but it's just raw. The emotion is raw. The connection to emotion is raw. And when I speak about like getting too big for your britches, essentially what I'm saying is that, like, be willing and courageous to confront and to sit in a space where you're embracing whatever it is that you're feeling. And you're giving yourself permission to experience it. I think that we allow the hurt and the fear of being hurt again to block us from really embracing all of the feelings in the moment. So moving in the midst of the discomfort and leaning in. And again, if you pay attention to any child, I can swear up and down, my 5-year-old son, he, he's lifted up. I got a girlfriend this week. We ain't a girlfriend next week. I got a girlfriend this week. And now I'm trying to figure out, how the hell you got a girlfriend at 5 years old? But
I figure out, he ain't telling me all that. Go ahead.
We be having conversations when we rapping, all right? We be having conversations.
Okay.
But you know, so he's saying these things, and it's just pure, y'all. It's pure. So there's an attempt to connect. There's an acknowledgement of hurt. You know, she ain't give me this toy. She ain't want to talk to me today. But there's still an intention to connect and a willingness and a want to be in relationship. And so when I look at how we used to do that when we were younger.
From the 5-year-old, you giving lessons from the 5-year-old. I mean,
that's what it is. Like, he ain't too big for his britches. Like,
wow.
He was essentially moving in a space where I'm just standing. Yeah, I'm standing in openness, and yeah, you know, he be in his feelings, but he's still moving. And so, essentially, I think that we as grown folks, we have gotten too big for our britches, and we're afraid to move, and we're afraid to own what it is that we feel and move, despite the fact that we're feeling afraid and that we've been hurt.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Let me tell you something. Next week is going to be powerful. Mm-hmm. And I just because you just captured it. Like, we're afraid. We're mm-hmm. afraid to be hurt, and we're afraid to not only move, but we're afraid to move differently. Mm-hmm. Do something different. And it's a blessing to live the life that we live. It's a blessing to do this work that we do. And to be witness to so many people and couples in our community who are like, I wasn't rolling like this before, but I'm rolling like this now. I'm going to make sure that I work on doing my personal work, and that I open up my heart, and that I set my boundaries, and that I give voice to what I need to give voice to. And I also pay attention to where it is that I haven't been open, like an open heart. Is this a heart? I don't know what this is. I don't know what the heck
that's close enough. You like making houses and triangles and stuff.
I don't know what I'm making, a triangle, going like JP out this. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's the goal. That's the goal next week, and I know it's going to be really powerful because we're going to have some folks who are going to share some testimonials. Yeah. Some folks who are going to share just kind of what they have experienced in their relationship, but also within themselves as they've shifted their thinking and the way that they flow, and have been more open to connection. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, baby. It's gonna be good to be sitting back next to you. We say like not next to my baby because I'm in the ATL. I'm at a conference in the ATL, and my baby is just down.
I'm jealous because the room and the folks who are at the conference get to see your beauty. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm just like, I'm captivated over here, baby. Like, just looking at you, and I want you.
Okay, baby. Let me tell you something. You don't have to want something. You ain't got to want nobody that you already have. You got me.
I got you.
You ain't gotta want me, baby. You don't have to yearn. You already got me. You ain't got to thirst for me because I'm gonna quench everything you need to be quenched when I get home. Let's turn this Zoom off. We're not supposed to do all of this.
All right, babe. All right, so y'all come to the challenge next week. Blamchallenge.com is where you register. It is the building better connection with your boo 5-day challenge. Building better connection with your boo 5-day challenge. Go to blamchallenge.com to register, y'all. Be in the house. Yeah. We're gonna be in the house, and we're gonna be doing some things after we finish the challenge and during the challenge too. All right, y'all.
Bye.